Welcome to Deep Dive Daily.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning to our friends on YouTube. No good morning to our friends on Twitter, as somehow StreamYard has lost access to our Twitter account.
Really? It wasn't working, huh?
Click here to reconnect to your destination. All right, I'll let you deal with that. In the meantime, we're going to talk football. Scott, I see your question about tennis. We will touch the bases on the futures in pocket for the Aussie Open, as well as some macro thoughts on the Grand Slam landscape. The football, though, is why people come. So let's talk about that first. Andy, do you have a update for us on news and information on the markets or on the injury report that you found interesting?
Darnold's out. He's done.
You got a backiotomy?
I don't know. Where did that come from? Just out of nowhere, off the bye. I got a quad or a oblique injury. Very annoyed that's a thing because even if I didn't have a Seattle future, that's just not. It's not good. It makes for bad TV if he's injured or not 100% ready to go. So
he said he's going. His comments were way, way, way glossier than seeing him.
Yeah, he'll play. He'll play. It's just annoying. It was annoying altogether to just see it. Not much line movement. We're pretty much at a flat 7 here. No idea what happened to him.
Makes me like Ken Walker for top rusher even more.
God, you sent it to me I was looking at my texts. I was looking at my Twitter DMs. You sent it to me in the chat on StreamYard. That's where it is.
Oh, yeah.
That link. That's funny. I'm like, where? I was going to yell at you. Also, a little side note. Fun. What's going on? What's going on is I got a letter from the Department of Revenue saying I didn't file my state taxes in 2022. So I spent all morning I went on TurboTax, I prepared them, all that, but it's one of those you got to mail in, and it would have been right when my house flooded.
Oh no!
So I'm assuming I brought this paperwork home, ready to mail it. House floods, doesn't go.
Oh, sucks.
And it's funny, I was due for like a $193 return or something silly.
It's a nothing.
So it wasn't like money that, we would have been like, where's all this money? So it just kind of went unnoticed that I didn't get my state return. Yeah. So that's my afternoon, dude, is like calling them, being like, hey, I did it. I just forgot to mail it, or it got lost or something. Like, what do we do here? So I'm annoyed by everything today. It's the worst Friday. I might just leave after the show, go home. My wife is very ill. She's got like a bad flu or something. So I might just go make her some soup, go read a book, which by the way, book club. And this is a weird kind of segue into today's world because we dip into AI a bit. Do you know what Grok was named after?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
No, close.
I don't know.
I started reading a book. I bought a bunch. You buy a bunch of books, they stack up, and then you read them. Stranger in a Strange Land, Heinlein. Classic. It's classic, like 1960s sci-fi.
Okay.
Because he keeps seeing it. I'm like, is this what it's from? So now, I'm kind of perturbed that I'm reading the book that Elon stole a name from, even though it's a good book.
Yeah, that's
strange. Yeah, it made it feel dirtier. I hate it.
Yeah. Now,
I want to go home and
now
read
every time.
I'm a little pissed about it now.
Now every time you see Grok in the book, you think of the internet's most public pedophile.
Yeah, Grok put Isaac Asimov in a bikini.
Yes. All right. Well,
any other thoughts on injuries for you?
No.
bringing it back, reeling it in. It's fun.
I feel like there's a lot of gloss going on, right? Everybody's hurt, but everybody's gonna play. It's kind of where I feel.
Yes, too. Yeah, what's that say?
It is too blurry for me to read.
Yeah, it says expect snow in the next hour.
Yeah, dude.
Everything, nothing.
Friday.
I better win some bets today.
Dude,
I don't have any bets.
What if? What's the first bet you have cooking? Is it is it only the teaser still, or do you have?
Yeah,
did you grab any small stuff in the early game?
Somebody tweeted us a prop that they liked. I'm gonna read it once I find it. I think he tweeted it at the Deep Dive Twitter account.
Well, I think in general, I don't feel like I'm seeing the board super great this week, but I sprayed 6 bets and 4-2. If I go 3-3, great. If I go 2-4 or 1-5, I'm going to be bummed.
Jesse Welch says,
let's talk about this real quick. Plans for the Olympics coming up. I'm going to be there. Going to Italy for swimming, skiing, curling, and luge.
Is there any way you can get tickets to hockey yet? Or is it just kind of out of the...
It's in Milan. To get to Milan from where we are going to be in the Alps is like 4 or 5 hour drive. It's a haul. So
I would want to see that shit show. They're still like building. They're building the hockey arena as we speak.
They did an exhibition. It worked. Everything's fine. The hilarious one of the tweets of the week was a shot of the exhibition match and then the jumbotron that they put in there.
I think that's a bit of a misnomer.
It's a mini Tron. It's a microtron. Somebody retweeted it with the amazing Office, Michael Scott television,
his plasma
TV on the wall. Anyway,
sometimes I just sit.
I digress.
All right, real quick.
Props
for the weekend. I got one. A guy tweeted at us.
Hit it.
Jesse Welch from Twitter says, I don't think there's any reason to think the Patriots are going to stop throwing the ball to Stevenson out of the backfield.
Ooh,
I'll be on his overs, receptions especially. Jesse Welch.
I like that. Hey, that goes hand in hand with my superlative bet, which is the 6-1 Drake May passing leader. I like Ken Walker rushing leader. I think I got 7 something there. Let me look. You can still get that, I think, probably. What's up?
Two things from Vegas. My mind is scattered today, and I apologize to anyone listening to this awful podcast. What was the name? What was the name of the wine we had?
The Bergstrom Willamette Valley.
Okay.
Yeah, Bergstrom Willamette Valley Pinot Noir.
And then what was the name of that shirt I bought?
Seven Diamonds.
7 Diamonds.
Yeah.
You know what? What makes you feel better in life? There's nothing
retail therapy.
Besides getting a nut off.
Retail therapy.
Retail therapy. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go buy 5 more of those shirts, and I'm gonna feel great about it.
Now we're talking.
My afternoon is looking up.
I love it.
We're brought to you by 7 Diamonds. Not officially, but Jesus Christ, I would read ads for them. I would read ads for them for free.
90% of my wardrobe. Yeah.
Great shirts.
Yeah, they have. It has this built-in elasticity that's so comfortable and very flattering. Honestly, they're flattering and they're comfortable. That's the best combination you can have in a shirt you buy. Plus 905 is what I bet Ken Walker for rushing leader. Fingers crossed he has a healthy dose of opportunity against the sad sack Niners defense. All right, I
struggled with that one because
no more football this weekend, but I want to
running back. Yeah, the running back totals in that game were like Walker 60, Charbonnet 50.
Jay's bet of the week is Walker over rushing yards, and he told me that after I had bet him rushing leader, so I was pretty stoked on that.
I just don't know what the split's going to look like. How much Sharbs we're going to get.
Not very much, because Walker's going to be so dynamic. They're just going to keep feeding him and feeding him and feeding him and feeding him. All right, the general tone. Okay, let's turn this podcast around, Andy. You ready? We're going to give the people some value. One of the most fun exercises to do this weekend, right now, before the game start, there's 8 teams left, is to come up with a fair price market for Super Bowl MVP. And the reason it's fun to do is because you get to go through the mental exercise of how should we divide up the equity between quarterback and any other player on a team. And then you can basically just use the market fair price for a team's Super Bowl winning, take the vig out, the likely odds that a team wins the Super Bowl, carve out their the equity for a given player, And then bang, you have a realistically and reasonable fair price for the Super Bowl MVP, which you can take to market and see if there's an EV bet to be had. This is also a fun way to cover yourself if you're exposed to a given team, is to kind of, like, oh, looks like I forgot to bet any Patriots. Well, the Patriots win, Andy. If the Patriots win, actually, let's go from top to bottom in terms of likelihood of
to
winning.
Seattle. Yep.
And then kind of hit some of the high points here. So your most likely winner for the Super Bowl is the Seattle Seahawks at plus 292. Just ever so close, close ahead of the Rams at 310.
Take a step back from this, Drew, and let's make a generalization about. I don't even want you to put into your mind the 8 teams we have remaining, or any, let's just look at the last 5 years of football in general. What is the split for generic team, generic position? What percentage of the equity would a generic quarterback eat up on a generic team?
What's the starting point?
Yes. What is
the starting point?
That's what I'm saying.
85 would, you took the number out of my mouth. I was literally just about to say 85.
So this is where I started. I went running back, quarterback, wide receiver, anybody else, basically. Okay. And anybody else is basically defense. Tight end I have lumped in with wide receiver, but that was what I came up with, was 95 or 85% quarterback, and then it depends how you want to split up the other 14%, because I went defense 1%.
Okay. So this is the most fun one to do then, because Seattle, I don't think, is anywhere close to your neutral 85% for Sam Darnold.
Even if he plays an amazing 3 games, people in the back of their head, they're like,
yeah, there's a bad taste in your mouth voting for Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
You feel that way too? We're not overreacting?
Yeah, he is below the 85% threshold, definitely for me. And JSN eats up nearly all of the rest of the, what's made up of the 15% plus, extra we're giving that team, because he's lower. Obviously, the Kenneth Walker thing is a thing. You just, we've had Super Bowls like that where a running back just gets 3 short touchdowns. And even if they have 75 yards rushing, 3 short touchdowns, it looks pretty good on the old stat sheet. It's the game-winning touchdown, perhaps. It's an important touchdown. Maybe they break one. So it could be it's probably Darnold 70, Kenneth Walker, JSN 20, Kenneth Walker almost all the rest. And then the defensive part is so hard, because I think it's incredibly difficult to place a bet on a defensive player until you get to Super Bowl week. Like, how are you going to say, I think this team is going to make the Super Bowl, and this defensive player is somebody I'd like to place a bet at, even if it's like 500-1, because a defensive player needs to have some stuff go their way. They have to be involved in big plays. Some of that is just the way the ball bounces and the way things work. So, I'll say defense is 1%, but at this point, it's 0, because who are you going to bet on?
I think that 70% for Darnold that you quoted is very, very high. In fact, if it's 50% for him, I would be.
So I went back and forth.
I feel like I'm being generous.
He's still a quarterback. Like nobody was really keen on.
If he puts up good numbers, it's all to JSN, and JSN is going to steal that shine. Like, I feel like the JSN. I know it sucks. Like it sucks to get involved with the wide receiver because the quarterback's got to get him the ball. But I don't know, man. I feel like So
here's the issue, though, with that, Drew.
Yeah.
JSN has to have the touchdowns, and it has to be at least 2 if he wants to really flip Darnold below 50%. So JSN with 150 yards receiving and no touchdowns loses to Sam Darnold with 285 and 3 touchdowns. Like a good day from Darnold, JSN has to have some scores.
I'm not saying JSN's higher than Darnold. I'm just saying one long touchdown and then 7 other catches. It's JSN.
That might do it.
You know,
And again, that can lose to a 300-yard game with 3 or 4 touchdowns.
okay.
Maybe
So
a rushing one. So maybe
right.
I could put Darnold.
Can we agree
floor
on
at
50?
60.
Can we agree on 50% Darnold,
60.
30%,
We'll go 60.
60% Darnold,
Yeah.
40% other? And how much of that 40% is JSN? 30? And then you're going to give 5% to the running back and 5% to other? What do you think?
Like others, very difficult. Others like 1% still.
Other,
if you want to do
1%? Oh, your mind is closed.
Are we going to do Barn? Like, who are we giving this to? So it's Darnold 60, JSN 30, Kenneth Walker 8, Sharps.
There is
2.
absolutely more than a 1% world where a Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl it looks a lot like this last Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl where they beat the Denver Broncos because the defense just shat on them.
See, you're talking
you're
talking in theory. I'm talking in reality. So you're correct. In theory, defense is probably like, this is one of the higher defensive teams as far as a defensive player could win this award. But if you're doing this in reality and you want to make bets using this information right now, it is 0.0. There's not a defensive player on that team I can bet 3 weeks out. You know what I mean?
We just need to put the right percentage in the pot, man. And I think it's like more like 5 or 10. It's not 1.
All right. I'm going to put defense at 4.
4. Okay.
KW.
So what's
KW.
So are we at 60, 30? Give me 60, 30, 5, 5.
We'll go Kenneth Walker 4, Sharps 2, defense 4.
I don't even think it's worth dividing the running backs into 2 categories. Just put them in a wide receiver pot, put a running back pot in another pot. I'm going to do QB, wide receiver, running back, other. And I'm going to go 60, 30, 5, 5. I think that's reasonable.
I can live with that.
Okay, so in that world, if the market is correct and the Seahawks have a 21% chance of winning the Super Bowl, then the fair price for Darnold is plus 691. The fair price for JSN effectively is plus 1481. And then running back would be 93 to 1 and other 93 to 1. So I think I've come to the conclusion that the 18 to 1 prices on JSN are wrong. It should be closer to 14, 15. Yeah. So if you have this is my opinion. If you have no Seattle exposure
at all. This is how you get on the team. Yep.
This is how you get some Seattle exposure, is a little bit of JSN 18 to 20 to 1, whatever price you can find, because fair realistically should be like around 15.
Okay. Let's go to the Rams. Let's keep it rolling.
Rams is a little tougher, obviously. I'm going to go 70 for Stafford. 25 for the wide receivers, and then 3 for the running backs, 2 for others.
Stafford probably should be higher. I struggle with it.
Higher than 70?
There's 2 things pushing here. One is you have really good wide receivers that should eat up a chunk of that equity because they're known quantities, they're celebrated by the media, and they can have huge days. But on the other hand, you have this block of voters and media that want to give Stafford so many flowers this year for some reason. So those are kind of your opposing forces. I think we should put him at 75. And
75. All right.
He should probably be at 90.
You know what? Well, see, the problem with 90 is that then you have nothing left else.
No, that's what I'm saying. It ruins the exercise. But it's probably correct.
All right. There's not going to be a defender for the Rams. The Rams winning the Super Bowl on defense is so small. I'm fine just ignoring that. So let's just put 0 for other. Let's put 75 for the quarterback, 25 for the wide receiver, and 0 for running back, 0 for other. I'm fine with that. The problem with the wide receiver bucket is that it actually probably has 2 players in it, not just 1, right?
Yeah. Mumfield.
So we carry this forward. Stafford is plus.
Not him. Who am I thinking of? Who's the third receiver there?
Mumpfield.
Did I say Mumpfield?
I don't know. Is that what you said? Whittington?
Kanata?
Xavier Smith?
Whittington?
No. It's
let's not give any of those.
Yeah.
It's probably Puka and
Puka and it's
all right. Yeah. Let's zoom in. What the wide receiver bucket? Split the wide receiver bucket. let's pretend that's 100% at this point now.
20 Puka
Or
5.
splitting that between Puka and
20
Devontae.
Puka, 20 Puka 5 Devontae.
So 80-20. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. All right. So in that world, Stafford is plus 561. Puka is plus 2,400. And Devontae is plus 9,800. So 561 for Stafford, 24-1 for Puka, 98-1 for Devontae. No bets in that world. Puka's like 15-1 right now. Stafford's like 4-1. Neither of those prices are poison. If you missed your boat on the Rams futures, I don't think you can get involved this way with the MVP price. Buffalo Bills are your third choice right now, Andy. They have a 12.3% chance to win the Super Bowl by market. Buffalo Bills, I'm going to put 100% of the equity in the Josh Allen bucket.
I was going to say it's 95. 95 would be as low. I can't.
You want
I
to put
don't work
5% in the James Cook bucket?
We should put 5. I don't know that there's a wide receiver there.
There will be people who will vote for Josh
funny.
Allen if he has 200 yards passing and 0 touchdowns, and James Cook has 180 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. There will be people who'll be like, "Well, yeah, James Cook got that because Josh Allen's was
clearly
key
the
on
game
him so much." Yeah.
I think we put him at 95%. There, you know what? And here's the thing. I could see it if one of these shit receivers has like a massive day and catches all the touchdowns, people might be forced, but that's like a 1% thing.
Probably. Yeah.
I'm going running back 4, wide receiver 1. And that's the problem. Like,
if one of the shit wide receivers does it, it's still going to give credit back to Josh Allen for getting that guy that production, right?
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah,
and at that point, you have to. It's a no bet, and it's probably just let's round it to 0 anyway. In reality, because which of them are you going to put that? How are you going to guess who's it going to be?
I'm going to say the actual correct distribution here is 98 Josh, 2 Cook, and 0 anyone else. That would make Josh Allen's fair price plus 727. That would make James Cook's price 400-1.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get that price on James.
Josh Allen's fair price right now, or a price in market right now, is 7-1. So we're very close.
And this was I was about to bring this up. I love that you said this, Showtime. I had a bunch of people in the Twitter sphere and in my chats that were dying.
Yes.
Because Damian Williams deserved it. But in the second half of that game, I had bet Mahomes.
Who? Exactly.
But he deserved it.
I know, but that's why they don't give it to him. They always defer to a guy that's going to be good forever.
I had live bet Mahomes MVP during the game, and I was sweating my balls off because I'm like, they'll do the right thing.
Dude,
right?
We were in the exact same boat there. Exact same boat. I think I got 11-1 or something like that.
It was. I just remember it was better than money line by enough.
It was better
by a lot. I'm gonna bet this.
By a lot. Yeah. Oh man, that was a great time. I still don't know how Kansas City won that game. You know why people are comparing
on the back
Caleb
of Damian Williams?
You know why
that's how they won the game. Damian Williams played.
There are people who are a little like incensed that there's comparisons flying around of Caleb Williams to Pat Mahomes. Like the reason that those comparisons exist is because that game-saving play to Tyreek Hill that saved that drive and got the Chiefs back in that one. So, like the similarities and the kind of parallels to the 4th and 8 play that Caleb had were not non-trivial similarities. It felt very deja vu-y. Anyway, New England is plus 640 right now. That would be a big free 11.2% chance of winning the Super Bowl, Andy. I think this one is also somewhat straightforward. It's a healthy chunk to Drake May. What is the number? Higher than 85, I think, right? Can't give Vrabel the MVP of the
90.
It's
less
as
than
much
Josh,
as they might want to. They can't give it to Vrabel.
90% Drake May.
90. I agree with that.
That's fair.
Who else gets share? 0.5% to every other player.
Yeah, are we giving Ramondre Stevenson a there's a chance.
Hendo,
we talk
Stevenson,
about these, like,
Diggs,
when we mentioned
Booty,
this,
Hunter Henry, like all these guys get like 0.5%.
You know who has the biggest one out of anyone? Out of any of those, to me, would be Booty. If he's 100% healthy, he's been a big part of the deep game. He has a shot to have like the Randy Moss Thanksgiving game where he has like 4 catches for, No, I'm serious, because that's what you need to overtake your quarterback. Is like, it can't just be a big game on the stat sheet. It has to be sick long catches where you're mossing somebody's ass. Like Diggs has a chance, Ramondre Street, Henderson has a chance, but they're all such small chances. It's not worth looking at it as a future bet. If they make the Super Bowl, you can pick someone, I suppose, but right now I'm not getting in bed with any of those.
Are we light at 90?
We're probably light at 90. Let's bump that up to 95.
All right. I agree with you. I'm going to put 5% in the I'm going to put 3% in, actually let's put 4% in the wide receiver bucket and 1% in the running back bucket. 0 in the other. So that share of the pie gives you plus 843 for Drake. It gives you 200 to 1 for wide receiver de jour, and it gives you 900 to 1 for running back de jour. So with those prices, Drake May is 7 to 1. He is not a bet. So if you are asked exposed to the Patriots, you cannot really attack it this way.
I would almost rather take a 500 to 1 on ring defender for the Patriots than I would one of their skill position players.
Sure. Spillane is still a little bit too much of an unknown, I think. Right.
So before the game, they will have this, but it'd be cool if they had this now. Position, like give me the position of the MVP winner right now. That'd be a fun market. Why can somebody put that up on like Polymarket?
Yeah, because that would be fun. All right,
where are we at?
That one's a fun one for you because you can just bet quarterback, and then you either get your Seattle home or you get your quarterback home. Because the only quarterback who's likely to win the Super Bowl and not win the MVP is Sam Darnold. Maybe Bo Nix is the other one. Denver is 7-10 right now, which is a big free 10.2% chance to win. Bo Nix gets something, but it's not 85. The defense gets a bunch here. Benito and Surtain Zach Allen.
Sutton gets a decent shot. Running back gets a decent.
RJ Harvey gets a little.
Diamond, yeah.
You know what we didn't say yesterday on the handicap? Oh, wait, no, we'll save it for another time. You know who gets 0 is Evan Ingram. That guy sucks. Anyway. All right.
Going back to a bet I saw the other year, don't bet offensive linemen.
No. Garrett Bowles gets 0.
0. All right. So we had Sam Darnold at 60.
I think that's where I'm at with Knicks.
That's I was going to say it's a good baseline for, hey, you have a really good defense and it's a quarterback that the media doesn't believe.
Wide receiver I think has to be like 10%, so still pretty low. Running back has to be like 10%, and I think our other bucket needs to be 20 because I think there's a lot of Black Swanee if the Denver Broncos win.
Yeah,
if the Broncos win, Black Swan. I mean, Benito and Surtain and Zach Allen, any of those guys could, 2 picks, 4 sacks. A pick return for a touchdown.
Yeah, forced fumble return.
Touchdown. Like that. There are a lot of worlds where if Denver wins the Super Bowl, it's going to that guy, and that guy could be anyone. So good luck. Denver 60% to okay. So Bo Nix, I'm at 1534. Sutton, I guess I'm at 97 to 1. RJ Harvey 97 to 1, and then other 48 to 1. So let's look real quick at, are there any insane prices on like the Nick Benitos? He's 90. What's Surtain? Surtain having a DPOY, I think really, really, really helps him in this world. He's 250 to 1. Surtain. That's
like a really dumb statement that makes 100% sense. And you're right. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, like,
but it
I'm
does.
not going to feel dumb voting for a guy who's already gotten the Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, this is a Defensive Player of the Year. Like, we can vote for this guy, right? Yeah, that's silly, but it makes total sense.
A Seattle-Denver game where Patrick Surtain locks up JSN, gets a pick on Sam Darnold, gets a couple picks on Sam Darnold. Surtain 250 to 1 actually feels like a bet. Am
You know
I
what?
crazy?
I'm going to cut. You know what bet I'm going to make,
What's
depending
that?
on the number. Just because he got some snaps yesterday. They said he got snaps. You know, you talk about the Darnold number.
Fred
I am
Warner.
going to make. I'm going to make a Drew Lock
Drew Lock.
Super Bowl MVP. I do think this defense can get through 3 games with Drew Lock playing quarterback.
Disagree.
The offensive line is healthy. No, Drew. I'm not saying it's a favorite. They should. If Drew Lock steps in, they drop to like what? They drop more like to the Niners number to win the Super Bowl. But it's going to be like 500 to 1. Give me Drew Lock Super Bowl MVP, baby. Now we're talking turkey.
It's a year of Andrews. Hey, where is it?
No,
It's not on the board.
nobody has it off. I'm gonna request it. That's what I'm saying.
I got Kalen Bullock. How about Kalen Bullock? No. All right, man. That's wild.
Why
That's a
can I
wild
bet?
one.
Yeah, why can I bet Kiris Tonga, but not Drew Lock?
That's a good question. All right, so I think my look in that market would be Pat Surtain because he feels, again, like we're talking about the Denver Broncos have won the Super Bowl. They have probably either beaten the Niners or they have probably either beaten the Seahawks or the Rams. In that case, that means they have successfully shut down JSN or Puka, the offensive player of the year. And the second choice in some order. Surtain 250 is a good one. This feels like a good bet, man. I don't have anything Broncos at all. This lotto ticket in pocket is going to make me feel a lot better. If the Broncos, who have home field, make it to the Super Bowl, I'm going to feel pretty good about this, I think.
Okay.
This is the winning.
All right.
This is the winning outcome of this exercise so far for me.
All right, let's run it back with a very similar team. Houston's offensive quarterback is higher. Like, let's go to
75. 70?
75. I was going to say 75.
Okay. Wide receivers. Who knows if Nico Collins is around?
Nico
got to be
should
10-ish
play in a
percent.
few weeks.
Running back Woody Marks, I'm going to give Woody 0. I don't think it's happening. And then I think the last 15% goes to defense, maybe evenly split it between Anderson and Hunter.
Anderson and Hunter, yeah.
All right. So that would end up with 14-17 plus 14-17 for CJ, 112 to 1 for Nico, and 75 to 1 split between Anderson and Hunter. Oh my God. Anderson and Hunter are both 75 to 1, Andy. That's funny. Okay. How about that? And CJ Stroud is 13 to 1. So no bet there. Damn, we're right on them. We're on a lot of these numbers.
There's a Hunter 100. There's a Hunter 100 to 1 that's available.
Okay. Chicago.
Where are you hunting right now?
Where am I? Bookmaker? I'm just looking at DraftKings because that was the only one that was up. Bookmaker doesn't have any Super Bowl.
Bovada and BetOnline have markets. That's what I've been looking at.
Okay, that's cool. There's next coach markets up on Bookmaker. How much can you get down on that? That's kind of cool.
Right, 250
to win 1,000. That's not that fun. All right. The kind of closing thoughts here. The last two teams with the lowest probability of winning are Chicago and San Francisco. Let's say we'll round it up. 5% chance Chicago wins. How much for Caleb? 80.
He's loved. Yeah, it's. I think it's the 85% we're at there.
Okay, and then same thing for Purdy, 85%.
There's so many mouths to go around in Chicago, and defense definitely has a small hand in that. So I'm gonna go like 5 wide receiver, 5 running back, 5 defense, and then for San Francisco, it's basically 2 people. It is Purdy or McCaffrey.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, we're there. So Chicago, that gives you a fair price for Caleb Williams of 24 to 1. It gives you a fair price for Purdy of 27 to 1. It gives you a fair price on McCaffrey of 156 to 1. And then any other player is in like the 400 or 500 range. Caleb right now, 20. What did we say? 24. So that's a no. Purdy, 25. That actually is pretty damn close to a bettable number. 25 to 1 for Purdy. McCaffrey is poison. Good Lord. That's not a bettable price.
No. It's like 50.
He's set, 50, 75, like something like that. So like half what it should be. Okay.
It's 45 to 1 at Bovada for Christian McCaffrey. I implore you to not make that bet.
I similarly implore you. Okay.
Unless you know something about Drew Lock.
Yeah, that's fun.
These cowards need to put Drew Lock in the pool.
They do. How much of a percent does he get out of the 5% other for them? It's such a team effort defensively that I could see a world where they win with defense and Lock under center.
All right, hey, stop the press. Let's go back to the beginning. Start where we ended, end where we started. It is revealed to us today, and this is not news. This is hypothetical. Don't War of the Worlds me here. Sam Darnold's oblique complete tear in practice. He cannot play. He will not play. He will miss at least a month. He has to have surgery, hernia surgery on his tum-tum. Drew Lock is stepping in prior to the Niners game. It drops to Seattle -1. And then further bet, we close San Francisco -1 at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a really big lean on the defense and, God willing, a good scheme to get him through this. What are our new numbers pregame on Seattle? We went 60% Darnold, 30% essentially JSN, 5%.
Well, there's
5%.
an obvious bet in that world where you get that note and you still have some stale prices. Purdy MVP.
It's just
Purdy
Purdy,
MVP at 25. to 1.
That's fair. But what is the what would you make Drew Lock if he had to play 3 games? Granted,
so the number, so Seattle's now their future price probably falls into the 15 to 1 range.
Yeah.
Which would be 5% chance to win. And Drew Lock is probably like 50%.
No, incorrect. I have that is my take here is Drew Lock
he's Nick Foles. He's full on Nick Foles.
Isn't he clearly higher than Darnold?
You know, he probably is
because it's Nick Foles.
It's the Nick Foles situation.
The narrative of like stepping in at the last minute, having to play. Oh, I didn't even know I was going to do. Oh, shucks.
You want to give him 80%?
He's like 80% if he plays, right?
All right. So then the fair price for Drew Lock in that world is 20. The fair price for Drew Lock in that world is 24 to 1. So if you can find 2,000 to 1, it's a bet. Yeah. All right, because there's about a 1% chance that your hypothetical comes through.
And there's like a defense the defense wins the other chunk of that for the most part.
Sure. All right, good exercise. Let me rip through tennis real quick. Let me see. Let me save this so we can look back and laugh later. Jannik Sinner, I think, wins the Australian Open. I don't think it's close. There's a black swan world where Carlos Alcaraz changes coaches and sucks this year because Juan Carlos Ferrero was hugely influential for constructing strategy for match play and a huge part of his success. I think the bet in that reality, which is an unknown, is Jannik Sinner to win 3 or more Grand Slams or Jannik Sinner to calendar sweep. I don't think there's really much of any chance that there's a surprise guy comes from the clouds. If there is a guy that comes from the clouds, it's probably Daniil Medvedev because he is so good on hard court and he does look very fit right now. Medvedev is my pick to win Q2 at 2 to 1. Q3, I like the youngster who is about to win his second title in Auckland right now. Jakub Mensik. I got some 16 to 1 there for Q3. Q3 is the most wide open. Djokovic is cooked, but he could still get to the semifinals and it wouldn't surprise anyone. So whatever. Sinner comes through Q4 in spades and wins this title likely. Women's side, a lot more wide open. But I do think Sabalenka is the best player on tour. It's always more wide open. You know why, Andy? There's a very specific reason. And it has nothing to do with them being women. It has to do with the fact that they play best of 3 compared to best of 5, and there are just more upsets in that context.
It's the law of large numbers.
Yes, thank you. Good one. Yes, it is. It is.
It's just much more variance in best of 3, which makes it's funny because I will go to bat for best of 5 constantly. Anytime that's Ben Roethlisberger says something just ridiculous, I'll go to bat. But best of 3 creates more upsets and more fun. Women's tennis is more March Madness. Men's tennis is the NBA Finals.
NBA Finals, yeah. That's a good way to frame it. The women's side, the big question was, can Iga complete the career slam by winning the Australian Open? Her draw is hellacious. She has Rybakina and Osaka in her way of getting out of Q4, which looks very, very tough all of a sudden. So Iga, a lot of cold water because of the draw, but she could still win. Rybakina playing amazingly well. She could win. Rybakina always plays absurdly good on this surface because her serve is so powerful and so consistent. She doesn't have the double faulting Goonies in her head like Sabalenka does. Q2 wide open, take some shots. I got some Mukova. Q3 I think is more wide open than the market. The market absolutely loves Amanda Anisimova. I am selling her at this price point, not because I have anything against her. I think she's an amazing player and she should break out and win a slam this year. She played so much tennis so late into the season. She's got to be a bit gassed. I think it's going to take her a little while to work up to the form we saw from her at the end of the year last year. So I am buyer beware on Anisimova. And I took a shot on the youngster, Linda Noskova, at a huge price to take down Q3. Sabalenka, I do think ultimately wins this tournament because she's the best player on tour, and this is exactly her type of conditions, and she has the easiest path to the final of any of the good players, which means I think Sabalenka has a realistic chance to win multiple slams this year. I like a lot of her exotic prices in the futures book for winning 3 or 4 Grand Slams because I think she can do it because she's that good. And there is a correlation built into betting these, like Sinner to win 4. Like as he accumulates them, the market is going to gravitate towards pricing him absurdly short for slam number 3, slam number 4. And I think you can capitalize on that. So I put a little Sinner to win 4 in pocket. I put a little Sabalenka to win 3 and to win 4 in pocket.
I like
Thoughts?
it. I had not noticed how incredibly blue my eyes are today. They're
oh, you went from having a terrible day to a great day.
No, I'm having a great day. Remember, I'm going shopping.
That's a good point.
Going to the mall.
New boot goofing. Yeah.
New boot. Oh, I love my new boots. But we are going to the mall. Hang out at the mall. Meet Stacy down there. Bring my beeper.
Wine of the week and wrap this up. You ready?
Wine of the week has to be something good.
Okay, so I am awaiting my wine club shipment today. I'm in a couple wine clubs. The one that you would have to pry out of my cold dead hand is I don't know if I've ever talked about it before, but it's a Pinot wine club, and it's by a producer called Walt. Walt as in Walt Disney, right? Walt makes outstanding Pinots. Their price points anywhere from 30 to 80. Actually, they probably have a $100 Pinot as well. But what makes them especially unique and why I love them as a wine club is that they're what's their brand effectively, like their unique identifier, their distinguishing characteristic, if you will, is that they source Pinot Noir grapes from 1,000 miles up and down the Pacific coast, as far south as Santa Rita Hills, as far north as Oregon. And so they make different, they make a just an outstanding, what is called a horizontal. This is not a horse racing term. This is literally like a a winemaking term, a horizontal of in one vintage they'll bottle Shea Vineyards in Willamette Valley, they'll bottle Santa Rita Hills, Clos Pepe in San Ynez area, which is one of my favorites. Sierra Mar, one of my favorites, comes from the Santa Lucia Highlands, which is absolutely popping right now. They got a couple in the Sonoma Coast area that rock, Anderson Valley one that rocks. They literally have 10 or 12 different world-class vineyards that they source Pinot from, and they all have different characteristics. And I'm excited because I have 4 of them coming today. There's a Santa Rita Hill. There's a Clos Pepe, which is again Santa Ynez adjacent. A Shea, which is Willamette, which I absolutely love. And then I don't remember the other 2, but Santa Lucia Highlands is coming. So yeah, Walt Pinot Noir is the wine of the week. You can probably find this in supermarkets. They'll probably be like a kind of their lower price point bottlings in like the $30 range at a lot of supermarkets. It's got a nice graphic artist W on the label. Very, very easy to distinguish it. It's just a clean white label with a artistic W on the front. Yeah, highly recommend it. Here's the final tip for anyone listening. You ready? And this goes for you too, Andy. They have a really good referral program, which doesn't require you to do anything except for go and taste for free. So as a member, if I can kind of get you into the right communication chain where you can go with your party on any given day and do a tasting there gratis. They have an incredibly cool tasting room in Sonoma Town Square. They have a great tasting room in downtown Napa. They are also partners or owned by Hall, which does Cabernet in St. Helena, and sparkling wine now as well, I think. So, yeah, free tasting, which is hard to come by in Napa these days. If you are interested, hit me up in the Discord.
So how that works is if Drew gets 2 people to taste it, and then I get to. Let me do this. Drew is involved in multi-level marketing through wine tasting.
The payoff for me referring people is if people sign up for the wine club, then I get like a bottle for free or something like that. It's not a great sign up.
My dentist has this. They will give you a free houseplant in a coffee mug if you sign someone up. The wine bottle sounds better.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't care honestly about the I don't honestly care about the kickback. It's mostly about spreading the word, which
I was going to say the free part's pretty nice.
If you like Pinot Noir, the idea of getting 2 really good, bottles that are going to be good, every 2 months or whatever. Yeah. I think they do 6 a year. Like every 2 months, you get 2 bottles that are going to be good. They're going to be from different parts of the Pacific, so you can try them and you can kind of get a sense of what distinguishes a Willamette Valley Pinot from the Santa Rita Hills Pinot. Like that's valuable, I think, and they do a great job. It's a cool wine club. So
I'm going.
Shout out Walt.
Even though I give you shit about it, I'm going to take you up on that when I come out.
Oh yeah, definitely. They have a you know what else I've done.
What's better? You know what's better than a wine tasting?
What's that?
A free wine tasting.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's really good.
It's true.
I did I've done the tasting in Sonoma at Walt, which is awesome. I've done the Hall tasting at their property in St. Helena. You ever driven up and down the St. Helena Highway?
No.
In Napa Valley? Come on. Yeah, you've driven that road. The main road that goes up and down Napa Valley.
Sure. I've never driven in Napa. I've always had we always hire a car, so I don't know where I'm at. We're drinking wine in the limo, buddy.
Okay. Well,
I think I know what you're talking about.
As you drive into St. Helena on the left, there's a gigantic metal bunny statue called Bunny Fufu. That's the Hall. That's the Hall estate, and they have a lot of cool art. I may have to crack a bottle of Hall open on Sunday. Oh yes.
You know why?
Because you're gonna win the Sony Open.
Yes, I've bet on Harry Hall. The Englishman, and he is currently 3 off the lead.
Oh, fun, man.
Playing pretty good golf right now. So
Yeah.
just
Samstad, I appreciate the question about the Aussie wine. When the Aussie Open is fully underway, we will cover that next week. You've scooped us on wine of the week for next year.
You've queued us for
week,
next Friday.
For next week. For next Friday. Yeah. All right, man.
Let's we will do some half times this weekend for the night games. If you guys want, come join us there. That should be fun. Good luck with all your weekend bets. Good luck with all your tennis, golf, basketball, hockey, college basketball, college wrestling, anything. Whatever you're betting on.
Win them all.
Win them all.